It's Kelly here. In case you're wondering, you can check us out on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Apple.
Rate and review.
Rate and review.
Spotify.
Spotify.
And Instagram and Twitter.
Instagram and Twitter.
Handle
is Ghoul Scouts 999.
And it's just Ghoul Scouts
and
on
it's just
Facebook.
It's just Ghoul Scouts on Facebook.
And YouTube.
If you can follow that, kudos.
We appreciate it.
What is this, kindergarten?
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab.
Welcome to Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gab. I'm Grant.
I'm Brad.
And thank you for snapping in to the Ghastly Gab today.
Snapping in.
Yeah. I guess it doesn't have the same ring to it. You gotta snap into the Ghastly Gab. Ooh, yeah.
I can't.
You know,
that's good. There it is. That was it.
Can you hit me with a Macho Man with DDP?
A Macho Man with DDP. Ooh, I don't know about today.
Oh, I just don't like him.
I just don't like him.
Gets me every time.
What did he say? What do you think he just said? I couldn't quite hear him. Yeah, see, I can't quite do it today. It's just not there.
So real quick. Well, there's two things that makes me fucking terrible. One, I realized that we sat there and talked about summer movies, and not once in my head did I even think about, or in an honorable mention, either one of the town that dreaded Sundowns.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been in there. And I came down and I was looking at something and I looked over my movies and I saw it and I was like I just felt fucking stupid.
Yeah, I don't know that would be I get what you're saying, but I don't know it's like one that I have to watch during the summer. You know what I mean?
I mean, it just seems hot and like it's something like Texarkana.
Texarkana, yeah.
Yeah, it just seems as though something like happens during the summer and I don't know. I
know what you mean.
Yeah. And then the second thing is we sat there and had that whole episode and I've been so fucking busy with everything that Ginger Snaps has been the only movie that I watched just because, I think you said it in one a while ago. The only movies I watch are the ones that we tell each other to watch because of this podcast.
Right.
I haven't watched Night of the Comet. I haven't watched Funhouse. I haven't watched anything. And I feel fucking awful.
I watched Funhouse.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. And I don't know if I really watched a whole lot else. I've watched some more baseball. I've watched, SummerSlam and then TakeOver.
Mm-hmm. So what would you go with? What would you say about SummerSlam? Are you starting to feel it a little bit better?
I liked it a lot more.
Yes, and I don't know before I even saw the crowd, because I didn't watch SmackDown. So before I even saw the crowd, and I just saw, I think Bayley was the first match. When I saw them walk out, and you just saw the set with the lights, and it looked big. Like I was already kind of sold. And granted, you can't have an entire arena empty. So I guess the crowd added something. It did add color.
The crowd noise was everything.
Yeah.
That's what, at the baseball games, they've been adding in crowd noise. And it's not like really cheering. It's just that lull of noise. You know what I mean?
Well, you can't have it like ready
it's
because
enough.
They tried a couple times, I've noticed, with the WWE stuff of like putting a boo in or putting a random cheer in. Like they're trying to do that, but like they really can't, I guess. But out of any sport, they probably have the most leeway because it's pretty planned out.
Yeah.
So you could know when something was going to happen. And also, I don't know if they're taping these still. Are these live? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
Because if you're taping it, you could do more. But...
I would think it would be live.
Yeah.
But I don't.
All right. So, yeah, I mean.
But yeah, I don't know if I've watched anything else either. I'm trying to think if me and Cameron have watched anything. I feel like we tried to watch. Top Gun with Cameron. You know, it was okay.
I did actually. I mean, I did watch. Maya and I watched The Mummy, the new one, the Tom Cruise one.
Oh, okay. How was that?
I still like it. I know that it's hated, and they already shut down that whole rebooting the monster stuff. Even though they're slowly still doing it because Invisible Man came out. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I didn't know why everybody had such a fucking problem with it. I don't know if it was Tom Cruise. I don't know what it was, but I was always good with it. And the fact that they were trying to set something up and had Russell Crowe as, Dr. Jekyll, and he was kind of the one that was trying to collect all the monsters. I thought it was cool, but yeah, I don't know. She liked it. I was very surprised, but
I did watch, but have not finished. But I don't have much time left in it. From Dusk Till Dawn, because I got it on Blu-ray.
okay.
And so I decided to watch that, and it had been a long time, and I was like enamored with it. Like, I was just sitting there enjoying the shit out of it because it, I remembered everything, but I certainly didn't remember everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I remembered.
Oh, there's so many like little jokes too. Like the whole first part of that movie is obviously, I mean, Tarantino wrote it, but I feel like that they did it together. But you can tell that whole first part of that movie is just Tarantino because it's just talking.
Yeah,
it's still entertaining before we even get to the vampires.
Yeah, it is. Actually, I that's the part I really liked. It was really good.
Yeah, actually, once the
I
vampires,
could have just kept watching.
Yeah, once the vampires show up, like once Tarantino turns into one, like I mean, I still finished the movie, but like I still enjoy that first part a lot more. And you side with the Gecko brothers, like that's when like you have the cool bad guys, even though they really turn out to be the good guys. But yeah. But the end still has my favorite line almost of any movie, and it's when Cheech shows up for the third time, like at the end is the guy that they're supposed to meet, and he looks at fucking George Clooney, and George Clooney's got the blood all over him, and like Juliette Lewis looks like shit, and he just looks at him and he goes, "What were they, like a couple of psychos or something?" And George Clooney with a straight face just looks at him and goes, "Psychos don't explode when sunlight hits them. I don't give a fuck how crazy they are." And for some reason, I always like that line.
I haven't gotten there yet, but
okay, yeah. When you get there, sorry, I guess I ruined it, but
no, I've seen it. So I've seen it more than once, but it's just been a long time.
Yeah. So. Other than that, the usual update. I mean, I'm fucking tired, like always, because of work, and now I'm feeling kind of fucking weird. So I don't know.
I hear you.
I am out of the woods on the whole, like, if I feel slightly off or something like that, like fucking worrying about if I have, corona, because I still know that I'm allowed to be like regular sick or just not feeling right. So that's
right.
Yeah, because there's a couple times, like right when everything happened, if I even like coughed, I'd be like, oh God, I'm dying. Like for sure dying. and now I've calmed down a little bit, so.
Right.
So yeah. Anything else to check in with?
No, I don't think so. I mean, did you like SummerSlam or did you like the end?
Yeah. Actually, I never, like, I think did I text you? Oh yeah, I think I texted you, right? Or like, oh no, because I didn't want to say anything because you were behind.
Yeah, I was pretty behind you. Yeah.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I never thought I'd fucking be happy, and it's almost like it happened the same way the Seth thing happened. Of like, Bray won. I didn't really care about the last two matches too much. So like I started to like kind of clean up, and then you heard the like, oh my God, because I realized too that they don't really need to hide these wrestlers anymore.
Right.
Like Roman can just be there and just don't shoot him,
Right.
So yeah, and then I immediately, this has turned into a thing now. I immediately noticed his new teeth. I don't know if you did.
No.
Yeah, he got fucking new teeth, and it's become a thing on the internet. And then my favorite thing so far is that Orton made fun of him. It said, it's like, thanks for coming back, and then like posted a picture of a horse with horse teeth. And so like him and Randy Orton have been going back and forth about horse teeth now.
Nice.
But yeah, next time you see it, you'll notice that he has new teeth. But I mean, I don't know.
He looked good. He looked big.
Yeah, he looked big. I even liked the shirt. And
yeah.
I was happy he was back, but I haven't watched.
Maybe as a heel, I'm kind of hoping.
Well, I haven't watched Raw yet, but it sounds like that he probably did the most Roman Reigns thing ever, and he already has a title shot.
Was he on Raw?
I think so.
I thought he was going to be on SmackDown.
Well, because the WWE Championship's on Raw though. Oh no, he went after. You're right. He has a Universal title shot, not a championship match. Sorry. So yeah, I mean, if he goes back to his old Roman ways, which is, I mean, it's not his fault. He has nothing to do with it.
Right. Honestly, they need him.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was excited. Like, it sucks that KO is not wrestling right now. Seth's doing what he can, and Roman being back just made me happy because it felt right at the time.
Right.
Not having Cena around is kind of hurting him, I think. You forget, or like you see how big of a void it is, and then now that people like Alistair aren't showing up, and even though I don't really care about them, people like Apollo Crews aren't. I don't know. I just feel like they're going back to Randy Orton again, but. There's a reason there's a reason why I'm not running it and I'm not a billionaire, so. All right. Are you ready to snap into ginger snaps? Oh, yeah.
I am.
See, that was almost worse. Like, I go way too high with it. You got to keep it low. I'm the cream.
I thought that was pretty good.
I'm the cream of the crop. So ginger snaps. I have never seen this movie.
Right.
This is, I think, maybe the first, well, other than Phantasm, but this is the first movie that I think that we've talked about like this that I haven't seen.
Okay.
So I kind of knew what I was always getting myself into. This time I didn't. But you probably saw this movie. Did it come back out? Jesus. I didn't check and see the year that it came out. Did it come out in high school?
Well, I'm not sure. I probably saw it. This was a recommendation from Frank, I would say, in a way, but
I'd say this is a big Frank, or like a Frank influence, right?
So I was getting really into the horror stuff again. I'd always been into Halloween and that kind of stuff, especially up until like high school. And then in high school sometimes you get away from yourself a little bit.
Yep, I've already had that talk with my daughter of the.
Yes, exactly. So towards the end of high school, we started watching a lot of horror movies. And I think that we've kind of talked about that some. And this was a movie that I think my interest, my renewed interest in everything brought along Frank's a renewed interest in Frank's. And this was a movie that he got recommendation from some website of some sort that people really liked it. And I think it probably came out in like 2002 or 2003, if I had to guess.
Okay.
But I could be wrong about that. And so
I could say it has that feeling.
I bought it, and I owned a DVD copy that I think I watched once, maybe twice, and I think I borrowed Frank's copy or watched it with Frank. I'm not 100% sure. So I probably hadn't seen this movie in 10 years.
Okay.
But I had just bought the Scream Factory, so it was kind of like when you were talking about a movie to watch, it was kind of like, well, what about Ginger Snaps? Because I knew you hadn't seen it, and it was an excuse to watch my Scream Factory one that I hadn't yet. So.
And I do appreciate, I think like the original thing was a back to school type episode since it's, it's that time of the year again.
Yeah.
And this does very much. And that's why when you said it, I was just like, from what I know, it's like anything I knew about this movie is because of you. And I think that I asked you one time and you're like, it's a fucking werewolf movie, but you don't get that at all from the art or anything like that. So yeah, it does have that back to school feel.
You suggested something, and I was like, I think you're going for back to school. So what about this? What did you suggest?
I said that that I wanted to lay off Stephen King's dick for a while. So obviously, like, I want to go with Carrie, but I don't think we should talk about Carrie yet.
Okay,
just to give a break between Children of the Corn. We talked about Creepshow, and I feel like there was some other Stephen King thing that we did. So.
Right. Okay.
Even though I realize too that what's coming, and it's going to be a long night for both of us, but we're going to have like a double feature special episode of the Langoliers.
Oh, jeez.
Why not?
I love that movie.
I say we might be the only two people that like that movie. So
yeah, we very soon first 5 Goosebumps. Anyway,
I know. Well, we haven't even done the second disc of Are You Afraid of the Dark yet either.
Hey, there's
I know there's unlimited time.
We'll get there.
Yeah,
I'm still reading the 5th one right now. So.
I haven't even started. I'm reading the 32nd one or whatever. I'm reading The Barking Dog, but I am gonna sit down eventually and fucking start reading. So we'll get there.
Isn't it The Barking Ghost
or The Barking Ghost? Yeah.
Dog?
Well,
okay.
it's about a dog.
Number 32.
Is it 32? No, did I even get that right?
I don't know. I don't know what you said. I'm just guessing it's 32.
I said 32. Yeah.
Okay.
And if not, when you if once you listen to this back, tell me that I didn't say it. So
I'm trying to think of 31. I'm not sure. 33 is Camp Deli Jam.
Well, yeah.
Jam.
That's why I'm excited about 33 because that's the next one. 31, or at least the one before the Barking Ghost, is the Return to or Night of Living Dummy 2.
Oh, I never would have gotten that.
Yeah, so
35 is Shocker on Shock Street. 34 is...
Yeah, we know. I know the next one is Jelly Jam.
Yeah. I don't know what 34 is, though. Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps. So yeah.
Did you like it, first of all?
Do you want to jump into that first?
Sure.
I think overall, no.
Fair enough.
I like this because I think you broke the seal with just being brutally honest, and I'm going to go back to it about fucking I know what you did last summer. So
Right.
like I don't need to sugarcoat it because it's like
No.
I mean, no. Getting into it the first little bit, I think the nostalgia pop for me was great. Like it just felt like it was the 90s. So some of the fashion, some of the way that the 90s put music in and the haircuts and everything. So I was like, I'm into this. And then they're in school. And oh no, I realized I brought up The Faculty. That was the movie that I brought up. Sorry. Yeah, everything was working for me. And then a little bit about maybe before halfway through, I had this feeling of like, when is this movie over?
It's a long one.
Yeah. And it's nothing in particular. I can't tell you like why I started feeling like that. It was just kind of like, I'm good. Like, I don't know. I couldn't figure out if it was a metaphor for the change into high school, the metaphor of turning into a woman, or if it was even a metaphor at all, because they were really big on the whole, the girls not getting their period and then the girl getting it. And I couldn't tell what that meant in all of the movie or where the writer was coming from about making that such a big point of the movie. Yeah, and it's just so maybe the changes that you're going through, and obviously two males talking about this, but the changes you're going through when you get to that point in your life, and the changes that she was going through becoming a wolf and like going after these men, like I feel like they are trying to go for some message there, but it wasn't connecting with me.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's what I'll say about that. But that doesn't mean that there weren't some fucking good parts.
Fair enough. I've never been a big metaphor guy. Honestly, the whole like, I kind of take most stuff at face value unless I'm watching like some sort of like fucking Charlie Kaufman movie or something like that.
Yeah.
So when I watch some movie like Ginger Snaps, I'm not really looking at it like that. I'm looking at it to be entertained and nothing more.
Well, yeah, but like I feel like that they made the period thing such a big deal. And I guess I wanted that to like pay off or mean something, and I guess in all reality it didn't. So maybe that's why I'm looking for more.
Gotcha. Fair enough.
But this movie opens in like a farm town. I feel like there's a farm shot. It seems like it's in the Midwest, probably.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, we could probably relate with it. And there's a mom just raking the leaves and see, I wrote this down. I thought that the little boy's nose was bleeding.
Yeah.
But it's not. He has a fucking ripped off dog's paw.
Yes, he does.
He's just holding it, which now that doesn't make any sense. Why is there just a paw? Who dropped it off there? Why is he holding it?
I mean, I could see that more than I could see something that comes up later with a dead dog.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess something could have just flown over, or I don't know.
And yeah, so the mom finally, she walks over and she's like, "What's wrong, man? Like, why you got blood all?" And then she sees the blood. She's like, "What the fuck is this?" And
yeah,
then
she's like, hey, "What the fuck, dude?
It's like,
why'd you put it in your mouth, you fuckface?"
Fuck face, dude. So then, yeah, and then so she sees the dog. And the dog's fucking mutilated, just shit everywhere. And this is the part of the movie that fucking Frank would have turned this shit off. So I'm surprised that actually Frank is the one that gave you this movie, because dog's already dead.
Yeah, well, he didn't have dogs then.
Oh, okay. So now we got to find out how he feels about Ginger Snaps, or if he's willing to just write that shit off because the dead dog.
Right.
The mom runs out to the front. I think she's holding the kid, right? Like,
oh, I don't know.
Like well, she runs out to the front. She's like, and I don't know the dog's name. Dog.
Oh no!
And then we see this like homely looking girl, and she has a bunch of cords and shit. I don't know what she's doing at this point. And she's just kind of watching with like no facial features, no emotion. This woman fucking lose her shit in the middle of the street.
Right.
But then we find out that, and see, I knew nothing about this. So my next note is, homely girl has a goth friend, and they're talking about how to kill themselves, and they even make a pact to kill themselves.
Yeah.
None of that's right.
I guess no. They did have a suicide pact from when they were 8.
Okay.
Is what they said. So for some reason, and they're sisters.
Yeah, they're sisters.
And,
they're not just homely girl and goth friend. They're sisters.
Yeah, no, but that's about right. Homely girl and goth friend.
Which the goth friend is actually, and it took me fucking forever. And I don't know if you do this, but I pride myself on, if I know something and I can't think of it, I don't go to my phone right away. Like
it takes you a while, and usually I'm like, give me initials.
Yeah. I force myself to figure it out, and then at the absolute like last second, I will look at my phone. It took me forever, but the fucking goth friend, which is Ginger, is the girl from Freddy vs. Jason. That
probably.
Yeah,
that sounds about right to me.
And it's about that time period, I think. She's the one that like her boyfriend gets folded up in the bed, and then she goes on the drinking binge. Oh yeah, she goes on a drinking binge and like she smokes and all this shit, and she's like the bad girl. But it took me a while to figure out who that was. So that's a side note. So yeah, they make the pact when they were 8. Though I also don't know why they make this pact, other than just to be dark and mysterious.
Yeah, Ginger was definitely dark and moody, and the other girl was just like, well, whatever Ginger wants to do.
Yeah. I mean, that is kind of the theme of the movie, though, right? Is that she just keeps listening to Ginger.
Yeah, and Ginger's a bitch.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she's kind of a bitch beforehand, but then like she gets bit by that fucking...
Okay. We're going to get ahead of ourselves here.
All right, so during like
the credits roll.
The credits roll with these death photos.
Fake murder pics.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
I mean, actually, for what they are, I did actually enjoy the opening credit scene. It's very fucking moody and all gothy and shit, but with the music and everything, but I did enjoy it. And I did like the photos, and I like that it ends, you get through all the credits and it cuts right to that fucking teacher just like wide-eyed of just like, what the fuck did I just watch?
Yeah.
Because what you do as a teacher, like now that we're older and I see something like Maya, if Maya came home and told me that was a school presentation, I'd want to see it, one, but then two, it's like they let that play in a school? Like,
well, and he kind of got done with it and he was kind of like, interesting. And then he thought about it a little bit more. He was like, no, fuck that. That was wrong.
Oh, yeah. I think, doesn't he say, like, see me after class or something?
Yeah, and he was like, I'll see you in the guidance office, which apparently he's a guidance counselor / teacher.
Yeah.
It seems.
And then...
he said he was sickened by it.
Oh, he's just... You're right. He did. He was just like, that's art. He was like, that's art. And then I think it sunk in, and he was like, "No, that's fucked. Like, what do your parents do at home? Where are you guys, dude?"
Yeah, he did a quick turnaround. He was like, "Interesting. I am sickened." Like, and yeah, but you can obviously see that one of the guys in class likes Ginger, maybe more. But they're like, "Can we see the one in Ginger again?"
Yeah. I mean, it's always that thing of maybe one of like the weird outside girls, like. They might be hot, like what's actually going on with those girls, and it's a really weird dynamic next because they're in gym class and it seems like the sisters have a class together even though they're probably not the same age.
They're a year apart.
Yeah, and they're not in this game, and then all of a sudden they are, but they're kind of the boys are on the bleachers talking about them, and Ginger just gives the fucking eye roll, and they say a lot of like I don't even know. I would almost call it Fight Club type dialogue where like at the time it was like in a teenager, like early 20s, I was just like, yeah, like Tyler Durden's great. This movie's great. And then you watch Fight Club now and you're like, this shit's ridiculous. Like it's a little bit too aggro. And like that's kind of how I felt about this was that like as a teenager, I feel like I would have been with those girls of like saying all this shit about like how they think they know everything about the world and then really you have no fucking clue what's going on.
Right.
But yeah,
they were very like Jawbreaker-ish almost or something along those lines.
Which another great movie. You know what movie? And it always makes you think.
Is Jawbreaker great?
I from what I remember, see, that could be another one that I watch and just go, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
Yeah, I think you would be annoyed.
But the one movie that always makes me that I always think of when I bring up Jawbreaker that I never seen, but I've always wanted to. Have you seen Sugar and Spice?
Is that the cheerleader movie with Ron Banks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that any good?
From what I remember, but if I watched it now, maybe not.
All right, maybe we have an episode where it's just we watch movies that we used to think are really good, and then we actually we come to terms and be like, maybe they're not, but maybe they are. I have no fucking idea.
I think anything like that. I mean, some of that stuff's tough, but you know what? Some of the teen stuff is tough, but like Dazed and Confused gets better with age, so I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Dazed and Confused, it's less about the teenagers knowing. You know, they are thinking they know everything about the world. Like Dazed Confused is more, I think, about like finding your way.
Yeah.
Or just like, because I mean, during that time of your life, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Well, it's kind of a coming of age picture, I guess, is what they would call it, because it's like it's about the juniors becoming seniors, which you can relate to in any step of your life. It's like taking that next step, and the same with Mitch and those guys, Carl and the other kids. Hirschfelder. What was the other kid's name? I can't remember.
I can't. Yeah.
And then, but them going from 8th to 9th grade. So it's kind of that.
Well, I mean, in your
and then
life,
you also have Wooderson. That's.
I feel like in your life, you're always starting something, and maybe you're a little bit scared, or you've been doing something for so long that it's time to get to that senior level. But at the same time, getting to that senior level in life, like that means it's almost over, kind of type thing.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of deep stuff right now.
Yeah.
So back to the old
field hockey.
The field hockey and the Snap Girls. So yeah, they of course make fun of the popular girls, and now they have to go fucking play some field hockey with the popular girls.
Because they're in Canada. That's very obvious.
Yes. And Ginger gets fucking checked. I think by Curly Hair. Curly Hair might go after her. She doesn't get checked?
Trina St. Clair, which is the popular curly hair girl, she takes out the less attractive girl, is what I have here.
Homely girl?
Because I didn't know her name yet.
I wrote B.
We'll call her Homely Girl.
Okay, we'll just call her Homely Girl. I think eventually I give her a name.
Well, I don't think that they gave it to us yet.
No, but I started writing B, and then halfway through the movie I started wondering what B stood for, and I think at one point they do say Brianna. Bridget, okay. I say Brianna doesn't even sound like an early 2000s name, so...
she does that.
I have a question with this. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
No, because you haven't said what I have a question for. So fucking, what's her name again? Tina St. Clair?
Trina
just checks the shit out of Ginger. What does Ginger find?
Still not Ginger. She almost checks her right into a dead dog that was apparently in the middle of this field. And everybody's just like hanging around smoking, watching this shit go on. Nobody saw this dead dog. And then all of a sudden, she checks B or Bridget or whatever the fuck you want to call her into it. Or Ginger, possibly.
A girl into another girl.
Everybody's like, that's the third one this week or some shit. And it's like, well...
You're right.
How did they not see that before?
So, nobody saw this fucking dog. That they've been playing field hockey all day, so it has to be somewhere on the field. And you're right. And you're right, too. For some reason, every kid in this school fucking smokes, and they smoke openly at school. Wow.
Yeah, this is during gym classes.
Yeah, while gym classes.
And the boys don't have anything to do, apparently. They're just, like, hanging on the bleachers during gym class smoking, watching the girls.
Yeah.
It's inexplicable, honestly.
Is that what... It's disturbing. Oh no!
This is the worst scene of the entire movie because
No. I have a scene that's worse than this.
It might, you might, but I just couldn't explain any of this.
So I put, how did they see that shit? They really don't like Curly Hair and talking about taking her dog. What does that mean?
Hold on. Let's see.
Like, did they just say that? Like, we're gonna take her fucking dog.
Okay, so I have here, Trina
St.
St. Clair hits the less attractive girl almost into a dead dog that no one saw, apparently. Ginger asks her if she wants to kill Trina. And then they're like, well, I'll just kill her. Yeah. And then she's like, well, no, you don't have to. And then she's like, well, we can kidnap a dog or kill the dog.
What a normal conversation. Like,
yeah,
like just fucking like, well, I mean, this, like, obviously, since she checked you in field hockey, she deserves to be fucking murdered. Like, I mean, honestly.
Ginger's insane.
So then they get back to like yeah, that'll happen. They get back to dinner, and her parents are pushing her at dinner about.
And her parents are very normal. Like,
Yeah,
almost
this is
like.
This is another movie, not Hot Mom, but Odd Mom. Just like not a Sleepaway Camp Odd, but this woman's fucking kind of kooky, right?
You know what she reminded me of was there's a movie with Joan Cusack where she plays kind of a kooky woman, but I couldn't place the movie, and that's what she reminded me of.
Doesn't she do that in every movie except for like Addams Family Values?
Probably.
I think she's normal in High Fidelity.
Yeah.
Or Grosse Point. I don't know. She's in all those fucking movies. But yeah, she's always just kind of the weird one.
Yeah, that's what she reminded me of, though, was that Joan Cusack character that's just kind of odd and aloof. And,
and yeah, there's something about her back, right?
Yeah, I put this as the second reference about Ginger's back hurting. I didn't put the first one because I didn't know if it was a big deal yet.
Yeah. And then they bring up randomly that both sisters are 3 years late starting their menstruation.
Yes.
Their menses.
And we finally do get the name Bridget here, and we learn that their parents are in counseling.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, even though, like, once again, that's another fact that I don't like. The dad never really talks, right?
Yeah, he looks defeated.
Yeah.
Just in general. Like,
he's around, but...
Yeah, he just looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Mm-hmm. The mom is taking care of
along those lines.
And both these parents still aren't, I mean, not that I'm saying that they're cool parents, but, like, they're not that involved because they know about these, like, death pictures and all this stuff. And obviously, like, both girls are wearing black, and they're all, like, hungover. And they're all like, life is so dark. They're like Lydia from fucking Beetlejuice, but, like, way darker and all the time. Yeah,
they are. They're like Lydia and Rose McGowan from Jawbreaker had a baby.
Like, just why even have life? There is no sun where I'm from.
They're.
I can't think of something better to be all sad about.
I don't like anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
You want to go listen to The Cure? Have you ever? I don't know. I like The Cure, but I just feel like that's something that you would do back then. No, actually,
I have a lot of Cure CDs here.
This would be actually, yeah. Do you just want to spend the rest of this episode? I'll pick. Let's go with the third one in. Just hit play, and we'll go for the next hour just listening to The Cure together.
Third one is Wish.
Okay. What's the no? Like at this point though, it'd probably be more the these girls would go to their bedroom and just like, you want to carve 9-inch nails into my arm, and I'll carve it back. I'll carve it back.
You want to use erasers to erase like scars into our forearms.
It'd just be like how we should erase life because life isn't worth it. Sorry, too much on that one. But
no, you cut out. I couldn't hear.
Oh, now they have a bag of blood. Right? Is that where we go next?
They find another dead dog in the park.
And see, I have that. That's the exact note I have. Another dead dog in the park. But before that, I have, now they have a bag of blood. Where are they getting these things? Did they do another photo?
I don't know where.
Or are they taking the photo out to, or taking this out to the woods?
Maybe they were going to go do something to, what's her name?
Trina St. Clair?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that, I mean.
Is that now? Or is that later? They were going to do something.
Yeah, so I have another dead dog. Are these things even getting cleaned up as people are finding them? Because if this town has a dead dog problem, then they need to take care of it.
Right, and they were going to try to move the dog, but didn't work.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden there's blood on Ginger's leg, and they were like, Ginger, you started your period.
Hey, Ginger. All of a sudden, instead of just being all dark, now they're all happy. Like, oh, look at your blood. Look at the wee little blood on your leg there, sir.
Hey, congrats.
Oh, we should have a party. Everybody, Ginger's bleeding from her vagina.
We've got a bleeder over here.
Wah, wah. She just gives her like an elbow. Why Ginger's bent over bleeding.
Yeah. She's like, my back hurts.
And then so yeah, she gets her period, all that happens, and then like there's this like horse. What is that called? It's not a swing. The thing on the playground, like that little kids bounce up and down on the horse rocker, or what is the actual name
what
of it?
is that?
It's not a swing. It's
What is that thing?
I don't know. The horse thing at the playground.
Sawhorse?
Sawhorse is
that
something.
another word for a teeter-totter?
No, there's a teeter-totter, but a sawhorse. I always thought a sawhorse was what you put. My dad used to put them out in the garage.
Your tools and stuff.
You
Yeah.
cut stuff. You can feel manly with a sawhorse. I actually.
I'm not sure.
So yeah, that thing is kind of bouncing. There's a shot of it bouncing, but there's nothing around it. And then fucking out of nowhere, fucking Ginger disappears, and you hear like this growl, but you don't know what happens.
This was a good scene, actually.
Yeah.
It was very Blair Witch like.
Mm-hmm.
You could hear her like in the distance screaming. It was kind of haunting, like because Ugo didn't know what the fuck to do.
Ginger, oh Ginger. Yeah, it was a very effective scene because it's the quick cuts and it's her because you think about yourself out there and you and I are out in the woods. You just fucking disappear. I hear you. And you sound like you're in pain, but I don't know where the fuck you are. Like, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
There were like these low growls, I feel.
Yeah, it really did work. And then all of a sudden she was kind of back for a second, and it's like she's kind of getting dragged away again, and it was I
mean, she gets fucked up because yeah, you're right. Like she comes back and then gets like dragged out or drug out again. Dragged out? Is it drag or drugged?
I think just drug.
Drug. Yeah, see, okay, there you go. Words. Yes. So then, yeah, she just keeps fucking disappearing, and then hold on, you're in the way of my notes. So then she just kind of gets dropped. Like it sounds like she got fucking ripped from head to toe. Looks like kind of she got ripped from head to toe, but then she just kind of gets up and starts walking. I feel. Yeah,
it was very anticlimactic. She was just like, "All right, run," and so her and Bridget start running, and things seem to be okay. They're up, they're running away, and but the werewolf, the dog, is coming after them. You're like, oh shit, the dog might get him, but then the dog gets demolished by the van.
Just gets fucking murdered everywhere.
I put that this appears to be the drug dealer.
Yeah.
Because there was a drug dealer earlier at school that I didn't know if it needed to be noted at the point because it had been a while since I saw this movie. And then I realized who that guy was, that it was going to be like the guy with the greenhouse because I didn't put two and two together just yet. And I was like, but we do know that Trina St. Clair likes this boy a lot.
And he's not giving her anything. Like she's trying to talk to him and I don't care.
She's very unimpressed by Trina. He's like, I don't like your name.
Yeah. It's like, that's it. I mean, Trina St. Clair is kind of a fucking uppity name, though. Like, would you date a Trina St. Clair?
She sounds like she should be from Stamford, Connecticut, or something like that, or Vermont.
I'm sorry, but we did have a reservation. I'm St. Clair.
St. Clair.
I don't know why she kind of gets the British accent again. Like a British accent just always makes you sound snooty, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no, I don't want to sit there.
Think about it. But Madonna tried to go with one for a while. Does she still do that?
No, I think she went from like being Madonna to being British, and then she got divorced from Guy Ritchie, so then she was like Jewish for a second, and I think she's back to being Madonna.
Oh, okay. Good.
I don't know though. But
good for America.
Yeah. So then, so he turns this fucking like just explosion of a wolf. And hold on, I lost my fucking place again. Sorry, hold on. Yeah. Oh yeah. Driven by the most '90s looking dude I'm ever confused on. Oh, driven by the most '90s looking dude ever. Confused on what just happened.
He had a real like Ryder Strong Sean.
Yeah, he had
Sean. What's Sean's last name?
In Boy Meets World.
Yeah, Sean Hunter. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that. Yeah, because that was a cool name back then. So they're dragging themselves home, and the cuts in Ginger's she has cuts like all over her back, like
like large
claw
scratches.
marks. Yeah, and they're already fucking healing.
Yeah, what does that remind me of? Like Wolverine.
Like Wolverine, yeah.
Yeah.
Schnickety schnickety schnoy. Every time I hear Wolverine now, I just think of that. So yeah, and so she's walking around, she's fucking healing herself, so everything just kind of seems fine.
She's healing herself.
So then, I don't know where this is at. But Ginger's not fine at school the next day. And they
she said, well, Ginger seems to be feeling much better after just seconds of being home, but she was on like death's door at first.
Yeah.
But she was running away, then she was on death's door, and then she was okay. It all happened very quickly. Again, kind of questionable.
And the next day at school, like she's just like leaned over the desk, just not looking good. And then it cuts.
Yeah.
Sorry, did you have something about her looking like shit?
Yeah, well, it's just this didn't go on long enough for me.
What,
like
the opening transformation of her,
the metamorphosis of her, like, she didn't feel good for about 12 seconds. Then she healed herself. Then all of a sudden, next day at school, she's like, "Well, I don't feel real good again."
Yeah.
But then after that, we don't see a lot of it again. She's a little upset, and she goes through some hormone changes, but it's not like.
Well, they go and buy tampons, and she seems kind of pretty pissed. I don't know, or like that she doesn't want to deal with it. She's not too nice to be at this time at Homely Girl. She just wants to get tampons, get the fuck out. She doesn't want to deal with any of this.
I put that. Oh.
What?
Okay, nope, we're good. I put that we do need to say Bridget has a Polaroid of the creature, and then she sees the guy who hit the dog in the store.
Yeah, he shows up in the store, and also the kid who wants to bang her that was sitting on the bleacher shows up as well. And
then he's
like, "You want to smoke weed, bruh?"
Yeah, because it'll help. Yeah. Dude, if you smoke weed, it helps with the menstruation.
You ever heard of 420?
Like, I got sisters, bitch. you were 3 years late. You don't know what the fuck's going on with this.
I'm already 3 years ahead of you, and guess what? He got the weed, bruh. Come on, get in the van.
I got mad trees, bitch.
And you're about to find out that we're gonna smoke in his van, and he doesn't even know this happens. It's great.
Yes,
because that's a weird fucking scene, right? As he just opens the van doors.
It was super weird.
What the fuck are you like? You know how upset I would be.
Yeah, Bridget like sees that guy, and she's like, "Hey, I got this Polaroid shit." She's like, and Bridget starts to go down this path with this guy that he thinks that it's Bridget. Mm-hmm. That is was touched by the wolf.
Well, this
dog/wolf.
This keeps happening too. Anytime fucking fake ass Sean shows up, he makes sure to say lycanthrope. Like he uses this word like nobody's ever heard it before.
I think I have that.
It was a lycanthrope. It was very lycanthrope like fucking lycanthrope. Hey, do you want to talk about lycanthropes? And it's just like. We got it, man. Like
we got it.
For some reason, we don't want to say werewolf, and you want to feel fancy. See, he could go to the restaurant with St. Clair. He'd be like, "Oh, do you have a table for St. Clair?" And he'd be like, "Oh, and the lycanthrope, please."
Right.
And they're like, "Oh, a lycanthrope. We have to get them over there now." So yeah.
So obnoxious.
So yeah.
But besides that, I liked the guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was good. It was that weird "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episode where like. Why the fuck does this guy work in like a greenhouse and like know so much about plants? But I feel like it's pretty necessary for the for one part of the story, I guess.
Yeah.
So curly hair, your girl St. Clair shows up, and she starts some shit at the van because she's just like, "What the fuck are you weirdos doing? Fucking girls!" And she starts some shit, and the dog starts barking at Ginger, St. Clair's dog. Ginger fucking punts the dog, and I laughed at this part.
Yeah, she does. She kicks him.
Oh, she just fucking goes for it. But this is where we're starting to see Ginger just not put up with any shit.
Yeah,
she's starting to get even more angry and even more just fucking just done with the world. And now she's at home.
She is. And Bridget's very concerned about Ginger.
Bridget is the fucking backbone of this movie, man. She's trying so hard. She is so worried about her goddamn sister. And her sister won't come out of the bathroom. And it shows you this shot where she starts seeing hair growing out of the scars that have healed, but like they're still like there. Like you can see like the indent in the shoulder, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. So there's like this weird fucking hair only coming up to sorry, I read my next note. There's only hair coming out of that part. And I put, this is starting to point to every part lycanthrope.
Yes.
Yes. Or lycanthropian? Is that
sure?
It? Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Why not?
Then she has her period again. It's starting to get annoying, to be honest.
I put that she went to the nurse at school, and the nurse says it's normal, and is like, well, here's some condoms.
I mean, that's pretty much what happens.
Scene.
Yeah, I mean, does that happen in school? Like, they don't just have condoms in school, right?
I think some do.
I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know if I would ever just be like, I'm curious about sex or how sex works. I'm going to go to my guidance counselor.
Right.
But I guess it's better than going to your parents, probably, right?
Yeah.
So, okay, I might dial it back on attacking her for that one.
So right at that same time, though, they flash to the mom doing laundry, and there's the bloodiest pair of panties you've ever seen in laundry. So the mom's like, oh, and she makes her a cake.
Mm-hmm. Yep, she's super happy because she's already on her case. Like, why the fuck haven't you had your period? Like, you're a teenage girl. I need you to have your period. And then, yeah, you're right. Even though we know the blood is from the lycanthrope, she thinks the blood, like, no, not that much blood should come out, I don't feel. Once again, I don't know. I'm speaking like completely out of turn, but I don't feel like there's that much blood.
I know that there's heavy periods and there's lighter periods, and I know also within a period there's a heavier flow and a lighter flow.
Yeah,
I know some girls that have had some that are far heavier, and so shit happens.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you and I have both been sent out probably to pick up stuff and very confused on why we need to get certain ones, but
I don't know if I ever have. I've bought some, but I don't know that it was like a thing of like, hey, you need to go out and get me some.
Oh no, but it's like I was like, I'm running to the store. Do you need anything? And then it's like I have to have it texted to me and like typed out exactly, and then even told like the color of what it is because she knows I'll still.
It's very confusing.
Yeah, I'll still come home with the wrong ones, and then like she'll just get pissed because then she has to go do it herself. But yeah, so mom finds it, bakes her a fucking cake, and it's just like, congratulations, you're a woman now. And Ginger and like I think I got this right. Ginger thinks that B told her. Is that right? Told her mom about it?
Yeah. And Ginger is throwing it all in Bridget's face due to Bridget's and kind of being a bitch to her about it. Yeah.
Yeah. Which I didn't get, but I mean, Ginger really is starting to become just a big old asshole.
She is.
And then so now we have the slow motion shot the next day. Ginger has gone through some transformation, and now she's hot Ginger. She's no, I can't even put that word together, so never mind. Yeah, but she's hot Ginger. And so she gets the slow motion and the music, of course.
But before that, I did enjoy that Bridget was reading wolf books and watching wolf movies, like doing her research.
Yeah, it's almost like fucking Brody in Jaws, where it's like there's a shark and he has like illustrated shark books everywhere. Like, I'm going to learn everything about sharks tonight. Right.
Yep. Exactly.
And so, yeah, she has this like white streak in her hair, I guess is what makes her hot, too.
And we did learn before that Bridget thinks she's becoming a wolf, and Ginger didn't like that.
Ginger. Okay, yeah. So yeah, she is she knows what's happening.
Yes. And yes, Ginger's new looks a little sexier. She's walking through the school, and everybody's like, "What the fuck?" Ooh. And some of the girls are like, "Bitch!"
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, she's like out on the field making out with the dude during gym class again because that's totally acceptable. Because anything happens during gym class
in Canada. Anything happens during gym class. She fucking just goes right over and just is like, "Take me now."
Yeah, she throws him down and just gets on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the van guy is still following B because he thinks that she got hit, right? Is that what it is? Sorry, we just talked about this, and I'm trying to read my notes too.
Yeah, I have this too. Drug dealer has been looking for her. She dropped the Polaroid. Now he earns to know what the fuck it was, keeps calling it a lycanthrope.
Yeah, but say he is aware that, or like at least he thinks he knows that he hit a werewolf, basically.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where it is very much real life in this movie. So just like any of us would, I don't know how many people I would tell that I think werewolves are real.
Right.
So Ginger is counting her period. Like she has like a calendar where she's like marking it down, it seems like, to try to keep track of it.
What's that?
I said she has like a calendar. Ginger now has a calendar with she's marking off her period or something. Once again, that's what I'm saying. Like they put so much weight on this period thing, it had to mean something. I don't accept it.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Ginger starts to grow a little tail. Bridget
God.
sees it while she's sleeping.
The fucking tail made me laugh so hard, and it's something that's real. Like, okay, so if you're turning into a werewolf, you would fucking grow a tail, I guess. But the way they do it and the reveal, because like they put her in these like little black underwear and they shoot her a certain way, and you're like, oh, okay, like, and then like they pull down the underwear and there's this little fucking dingy tail.
Yeah,
it's pretty.
It's like a little dick.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking ridiculous, and it gets even worse throughout the movie, which I did like that part of how goofy the fucking tail was. And so then B sneaks in, finds the tail, and she's fucking telling Van Guy all about it. She is. Yeah,
she goes and sees him right away. She's like, "Hey, Van dude, fucking things are getting fucked up here," and she keeps saying it's her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
right. She doesn't want. Ginger doesn't want anybody to know. So.
Yeah, and then she's. Oh yeah, so she's back in the car with this with Goofy dude, and
Ginger is.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. Ginger's back in the car with the Goofy bleacher dude. They're fucking making out, and I feel like that they've been going at it for a long time now. So if you expect me to believe that Ginger has a tail and he hasn't put his hand somewhere to find this fucking tail, like that made no sense either.
Well, she did this weird thing with her spine in the car, and then she kind of eats him, and you don't really know what happened.
And see, yeah,
it kind of goes to the next scene.
I thought right away, yeah, that she fucking killed him. But
me too.
So yeah, she comes home and she's still mad at B, and then B. Oh no, she's still mad at B, and B yells she's ovulating, and everyone laughs. I don't know why, because ovulating's natural. I wrote that. Oh yeah, I guess it was just weird. Of like, for some reason, B has to yell she's ovulating out loud, and everybody laughs at her.
Right.
Because it's kind of the same scene from Carrie. Like, I never understood why. I guess it's embarrassing to get your period in a shower at school, but like, I don't know why all these other girls that I would assume have had their period fucking make fun of Carrie for it, because it's something that happens. I don't know. But
because it's just a reason to make fun of somebody.
Yeah, I mean, it's gross and everything, and it can be embarrassing, but I don't know why you would go that hard on somebody. But and then I put
after she supposedly kills the guy.
Yeah.
She goes home and she starts puking. And then she says that she killed the neighbor's dog.
And she's puking up blood.
Maybe she didn't kill the guy.
Yeah, there's so much blood coming out of her. Yeah.
And then we learned that she apparently had sex and without protection.
Ooh, she did. And then, so yeah, Ginger. I wrote Ginger is kissing again, and the boy tries to calm her down, and she cracks that spine out of that fucker and murders him. Does she kill?
I think we already got that part.
Oh, okay. I went out of order. Okay. So she goes
Maybe
home.
I did. Maybe you were.
No, she goes home and is throwing up blood. So then their idea, the van guy gives B a silver belly button ring.
Yes.
Because this, once again, probably dates this movie, but this is when, every girl was getting their belly button pierced. Yeah. So I felt like this had to be in the movie. I was thoroughly confused, though, for a while of what was going on, because Ginger was nice. She was laying on the bed, and B was just like holding these like pliers and fire, and I couldn't see what was going on. And then eventually, I noticed that they're gonna pierce her fucking belly button, which goes very wrong at first. Like, she fucks this up.
Yeah.
And
at first
so
you're
painful.
like, oh, this is having a big effect, and then all of a sudden she's fine, and you're like, well, so wait a minute, what happened here? And it never really explains anything. Like, I guess it just didn't work, but it seemed to at first.
Mm-hmm. And then, this is when I finally made the note of she was talking about murdering the dog. She had not killed Goofy Bleacher Kid. And to take the next step on this journey, they have now began to tape the tail to her legs. like I said, this tale just keeps getting more and more ridiculous.
Yeah, it does.
So the goofy bleacher guy shows up the next day at school. He's all fucked up. His face is all fucked up. It looks like he got in a fight. And they're all like, yo, goofy bleacher guy, like, what the fuck happened to you? And he's like, Ginger, bitch.
Yeah, he's...
It's... So, yeah, I don't know if that was a badge of honor. Like, nothing tells that story. He's just fucked up, and he's like, I had sex with Ginger, and like this is what happens. Like, this guy looks fucked up.
Yeah, he has scratches all over his face, and yeah, he looked like he had like been to fight with a cat.
Yeah. And then but fucking St. Clair is not happy because the guys are not paying attention to her no more.
Right.
And
I put that the van guy tries to help out, but doesn't work out. And then Ginger thinks that Bridget told her. Ginger thinks that Bridget told the van guy about Ginger. And Bridget's like, no, I've been saying it's me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to fucking help you, man.
Yeah, Ginger's like, fuck you.
She might have actually said that. But see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying, man. B is so fucking good. All she's doing is trying to help out, and she just keeps getting shit on by everybody.
She does.
And then I think this is when Ginger starts like putting it in there of like, Van guy's just trying to diddle you. That's all he's trying to do. And you're like 14 years old, or however the fuck else she would be right now. And he's like, look at that fucking guy. He lives in a greenhouse. Do you really want to diddle greenhouse guy?
Yeah. And it's like, how is Greenhouse Guy, like, apparently he's the local drug dealer. How the fuck is he getting away with having an entire greenhouse full of marijuana?
I don't know.
They have parties at.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. Canada.
Well, dead dogs could just be in the fucking field for field hockey, too, until somebody goes near him.
Well, fucking, speaking of field hockey, old St. Clair there checks the fuck up on out of B. And Ginger goes nuts and literally beats the shit out of her. Just on top of her. Just pounding her face.
I have exactly that.
I really like when things go from like 0 to 10 like that quick. Like, it's just, I mean, it's hockey. You're supposed to do that. Yeah, maybe it was a harder check than normal, but like she goes fucking nuts on St. Clair.
Yeah.
And then cut to Goofy Bleacher Dude just starts peeing blood.
He does start peeing blood. And I have also Sam is the drug dealer. I finally got his name.
Oh, okay. You got his name way before I did.
I put Jason peed blood, Sam is the drug dealer. Okay. That's all I have on that line.
But yeah, so I guess now werewolf can be sexually transmitted is what we're supposed to assume, because I don't know why else, unless she bit him, I guess. That's a possibility.
Right.
Why is she...
So then she goes back to the van guy.
Yeah.
And I think it's both of them this time. And he's like, hey, I got a cousin of Wolfsbane, and it's a perennial.
Yeah.
And maybe this will work. And Ginger's like, fuck you. This ain't going to work, you fucking idiot. And then that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I mean, but Ginger pushes her way in. I think that's that scene, right? When he's just like, are you here by yourself? And she's like, yeah. And then Ginger fucking like, I'm coming in.
Right.
Now there's something new growing out of her when her mom busts in. And that's all I have on that note.
I put the shaving scene is kind of gross. And
obviously, what it is?
Cabin fever type deal, shaving scene.
Yeah.
And she has like a bone sticking out of her ankle.
Yeah. So yeah, something's growing in. I'm guessing her mom comes in, but that's all I wrote on that one. So that's all I must have cared about. Like, whatever the mom said wasn't that important. But St. Clair comes by and fucking wants her dog back.
Yeah, she's like, you took my dog, bitch.
You took my fucking dog.
Yeah, and then Ginger finds that. Wait a minute.
Well, Ginger just starts fucking choking her.
Trina thinks they took her dog. And Ginger finds it because I think she's talking to Bridget. Mm-hmm. And then she starts vomiting. Does she vomit?
I don't remember.
She starts vomiting.
All I have is curly hair wants her dog back and gets choked by Ginger. Things escalate rather quickly.
Yeah, she pulls a knife on her.
Yeah, she pulls a fucking knife on her, and Ginger's
because it goes into the house.
Yeah, they wrestle around for a while, and then Ginger just fucking like, I think she goes after her again. Fucking curly hair slips, hits her head in the corner of the fucking like island or something.
Yeah, she slips on milk.
Fucking dead.
And she dies, yeah.
She's dead.
And Ginger's just okay with it.
Yeah.
Ginger's just like, oh, well, things happen.
She's like, Ginger, you killed her.
Ginger, look what you've gone and done.
Oh.
Ever since you've been on your period, you've really been a problem.
You, I mean, I don't want to play into stereotypes, but man, you've been a real raging bitch lately, Ginger. That was Australian. I don't know how I went Australian there.
What do they call it when they fight in British?
What, they come to fisticuffs?
Oh, there's been fisticuffs on the field hockey.
I think you went Australian too. But oh shit, bro.
Now you've killed somebody. You may have eaten a dog.
All right, so this is why I don't want me period. First of all, ever since you got the little bloody thing, you've eaten dogs, had sex with a man, and given him whatever dog sickness you have. You've killed a St. Clair, and now you've wasted all the milk. All right, and I'm just not having it.
What is this accent?
I don't know. But guess what, Brad? You got to fucking clean your act up because Mom's home.
Yeah, quickly. Right after. Trina falls and the garage door opens.
Yeah. But they are so fucking good on how they cover this up. You find out where they put her, but when the mom walks in, it's all tense because you're waiting to see what the fuck happened, and boom, they're acting
actually
like
very clever here.
Yeah, they're taking death pictures again.
More death pictures.
Which is completely normal.
Right, and the parents are just like a little annoyed, but yeah. That's it.
Dad's like, I could have had a different life at this point.
And Ginger's all sweet. She's like, hi, Daddy. I love you. Do you want to take a picture with me? Or do you want to cuddle and do a puzzle? All of a sudden, she's like, for the first time, actually nice to somebody. A puzzle.
He's like, I could have been an all-star quarterback, but decided to knock this woman up, and now I have two little brats taking death pictures on my kitchen counter. But yeah, I do wonder.
I like how you kind of went Uncle Rico with Michael Douglas and Falling Down there.
I mean, maybe he's in the middle of a midlife crisis. That's why he's not really checked in right now. The mom's having to.
He's suspicious. I put.
Yeah, but what I'm suspicious about is the fucking blood budget on this movie because people are throwing up blood. They're taking death pictures. There's so much fucking blood in this movie.
There is a lot of blood for really not that much happening so far.
And Mom's like, we just bought something from the grocery store. I need to put it in the freezer.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. And B does not like this information that she was just given by her mother. Because
immediately you're like, I have a feeling that they leather-faced.
Yep.
Yep.
Your girl fucking St. Clair in the freezer. Mom almost sees it, but turns at the last second while she's putting the stuff in because B distracts her. The old distraction.
And B's like, will you tell me about boys? No, I think she says, what do men want from me? Is that what she says?
It's something like that. It's something stupid, but the mom just keeps going, and it worked. So then they have the bright idea. They need to get her out of that freezer. Obviously, these parents aren't too connected because right away, these fucking girls are dragging a dead body out of their garage and into the backyard.
Right.
Which is a stupid fucking plan. You can't bury her deep in this fucking shed that probably everybody goes in.
It wasn't a good plan.
No. And they leave, unbeknownst to them, they leave fingers in the grass. They didn't know. I can't blame this one of them, but they were in the grass.
How did the fingers get there?
I don't know because you would think maybe when they got buried, but so if they're dragging her, she just hit her head on the counter. They didn't cut anything off. Nothing happened. So there actually shouldn't be fingers just heading. You know what? I didn't even fucking think about that. These fingers shouldn't be in the yard.
Yeah. It didn't make any sense to me.
So then the fucking goofy bleachers guy. Sorry, they get to school the next day. Goofy bleachers guy grabs B and he's
Bobby.
Bobby grabs B and he's just like, "What the fuck, you stupid fucking."
Takes her to the janitor's closet. He's like, "I fucking hate your family."
Yeah, fuck your whole family and fuck whoever made your family. What the fuck is going on with my furries? Look at this, I got fucking teeth. And he's like, "Look, fucking look at my teeth. I'm a fucking werewolf."
And he's like, "I'm growing a tail."
Yeah,
I'm growing a fucking tail.
Yeah, does your sister have one of these little dick tails? Because I got one. Look at my teeth again. Look at them.
Yeah, look at my tape. Look, and then like a Asian janitor walks in, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, he's like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah. What's the janitor say? And
I just always laugh because I always think of that scene in Jackass when they tackle, like, I think it's like Bam and Brandon, and like they just start tackling each other in the convenience store, and the camera cuts to that guy, and he's like, "What's going on here?" And that's all it is.
what does it's screamer like Bershie. That's what the janitor says, and he's like the Asian janitor in Night of the Creeps.
Can you say that again?
Huh?
Can you say that again?
I think he says something along the lines of like the screamer like Bershie or something. I don't know if it's exactly that, but it's something along those lines.
Screaming like Bershie.
Yeah, I'll have to watch it again.
So yeah, the janitor busts in. This plan is falling apart very quickly, and the police want to talk to her. That's all I have. Who do they want to talk to? Ginger? Is it about the missing dog? Is that what it is? About the St. Clair dog?
I put Mom or Bobby's growing a tail and find out Janet's closet, and I put Mom randomly has the flower. That's my next one.
Yeah, Mom has a. Oh yeah. So what? Yeah. So what you're talking about? Hold on, we'll get there because I have. Oh yeah, no. Okay. So I think B goes to talk to that fucking guy again, to Van Guy. Van Guy's
Which
like,
it happens way too often.
Yeah.
Like she there like every day. Like,
and she doesn't have a car. Hey, it's B again.
You'll never guess what happened now.
Oh, the weird goofy guy pulled me out and was like, "Look at me teeth," and I looked at them teeth and they were straight fucking razor teeth, and he was like, "Look at it." And then the janitor came in.
He's growing a tail too.
The janitor busted in and was like, "What's going on here?"
Screw right back.
That's what so yeah, of course, Van Guy's like, "There's only one plant that can save us all." And then B's like, "Well, me mom's got it." Like, okay, like that's fucking.
How the fuck did B recognize this plan?
I don't know, but it was.
She's just walking through the kitchen. These girls want nothing to do with her parents or anything that her parents are doing, and all she said, she's like, "That's the cousin of Wolfsbane."
Yeah, we fucking got. My mom gets that shit from the craft store all the fucking time.
Yeah,
like she's putting it in scrapbooks and shit. She started doing paper mache with this shit. Like, we got it. So then, yeah, of course, it's very convenient that her mom just fucking has the what is it, Wolfsbane or something? No,
it's the cousin of Wolfsbane. Yeah. I forget what they call it.
And then Ginger's trying to cut her tail off.
Yes.
And she's in the bathroom trying to cut her tail off, and B fucking real quick fucking double cross. B turns heel on fucking Ginger and locks her in the fucking bathroom. You ain't going nowhere. We're going to figure this out. And all Ginger has to do is calm down. She'd be like, "Cool, thanks, sister." Like, that's all this movie had. It was just like, "You know what, B? I appreciate you." And then we see a shot of B smiling like, "You know what? Everything that I'm doing for a reason. It's going to be fucking great."
Did she just get southern?
I don't know.
Everything, it's fine.
Yeah. B or Ginger, sweetie, it'll be fine. I know you got the whole wolf thing going on, but it's gonna be fine, you know? So yeah, it's Halloween day, or at least they're celebrating Halloween. I don't know if it's actually Halloween, the day of. But she goes back and she's like, "We got the fucking flower." And he's like, "Well, the only way we can take care of this is if you give it to her straight. You gotta inject the bitch." She's like, "Well, how are we going to do that?" And he's like, "Well, I just happen to have a syringe here, and I know how to make this magical elixir. Montage time." And they fucking, like, make it with, like, a spoon. Like, it's like the Pulp Fiction scene. Like, they just make this elixir out of whatever they have.
Yeah, it was the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen. I mean, whatever. It makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we got what we needed out of it. So Ginger got out. I wrote Ginger got out just to show her boobs to people. So she, like, was she wearing a Halloween costume? Were the boobies out?
Halloween, Bridget locks Ginger into the bathroom, gonna go figure out the flower deal, goes and sees Sam, who has the greenhouse decked out like a haunted house. He makes the flower injectable.
Mm-hmm.
Sam knows it's for Ginger, so we find out that he's like, Bridget, can we stop doing this?
Yeah, I mean...
Can we stop playing these foolish games because they're tearing me apart, Sam?
So then...
Ginger gets out of the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
On her way to find her, Bridget finds the guy, so she gets to try the injectable on. Oh, she...
Okay, so this is my fucking worst scene of the whole movie. And
okay.
It plays out. So she has the magical elixir with the needle. She's going back to Ginger to stick her with the needle, fix all the problems. Fucking weird kid, goofy kid has fucking turned full-blown wolf, comes after her. The way that they shoot this and the way the acting is and the way everything is, it's a fucking episode of Goosebumps.
Yes.
Like the camera's all fucking tilted and like doing that thing like where it's doing this like in and out and they're like fighting. And it's just, it took me completely out of the movie. And then she fucking stabs him with she has to waste the magical elixir on him because she's going to die if she doesn't. And it works. He fucking completely, he forgets, what's going on.
Yeah. This scene was a little off, I guess. You're right.
And then we cut back to Ginger, who has fucking murdered the guidance counselor.
Who is also, I think, the teacher from the beginning.
Yeah, let's just say he's now forever sickened. But I have old Henry. Is Henry her dad? Because I have old Henry finds the fingers, but doesn't. Okay. But it's no biggie. They
assume it's for a death project.
Yeah, they think it's fake, so they're just like so. But this is the weird thing. They're all like, well, our fucking girls are all weird. So, like, of course we have fucking severed fingers in the grass. But just in case, I'm going to put these in the fridge.
Yes, they put it in Tupperware. They put it in the fridge. So it's like, well, I know the girls are weird. They've been doing these projects. So these are probably real fingers. So we should put them in the Tupperware.
But like, still, that's still fucking weird anyways. The whole thing's fucking weird. If you think they're fake, throw them in the garbage.
Yeah, or just set them aside. You could just put them on the stairs and be like, hey, pick those up with you.
Yeah. And then now fucking Ginger is out of fucking control. The fucking janitor, he's like, what are you doing here? And fucking she murders the fucking janitor.
Yeah, he's super red bush. And I put, is Ginger hungry? Why is she killing people?
Yeah, she's
like,
just...
it doesn't seem like she has like a thirst or anything like that. I never got that. Like, what is her end game? Does she have a bloodthirst? Does she need to eat? Mm. Does she want to turn people? Like, what is her end game?
Yeah, what's the reasoning for this whole thing? And she's still super fucking mad at Bridget for some reason too.
Yes.
And so the mom is onto them though.
I did say that I did like the school being relatively decked out for Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. You gotta love that part of it. But that'll play into something in a little bit. That she gets away with looking, because at this point, well, hold on. The mom is onto them and she's digging up the shed. Like I said, the shed was a fucking poor choice. She knows right away that there's just something weird and something going on. She doesn't even have to wait for the smell.
Right.
And I put the mom gets in the car and starts fucking driving, going after Ginger. Ginger makes it to the party and she's full wolf now, but no one notices. Because guess what?
Yeah.
It's a Halloween celebration. So she can look like a wolf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. She's like...
She does look good. I mean, this, I suppose, was relatively clever.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about the fact that they needed it to be as such. Mm-hmm. Sorry, my iPad isn't working for me.
No, you're fine. But the mom is going batshit crazy now because at this point, I think she has B in the car with her. And she's starting to like lose her mind. She's just like, oh God, like you girls killed somebody, but don't worry. Like I will fucking leave your father who hasn't done anything wrong. And I will burn our fucking house down and then save your girls' life. Like this mom is willing to do anything. And very quickly she has her mind made up of like, there's a dead body. I'm going to burn our house down and everything will be fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my place. I don't know why I got... Okay. Ginger doesn't want to go back to being a nobody, is what we find out. Mom finds Bridget. Tuller warm with fingers. Okay, knows about the body. Going to get Ginger and run off with the 2 girls. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, the mom. The mom pulls up. Oh yeah, Jesus Christ! The mom was willing to blow up the house. Why is this guy going along with fucking Ginger? Oh, so yeah, Ginger comes into Van Guy.
Yeah.
And he's just like, Ginger, you better get out of here. Even though he knows that she's a werewolf, and she looks
Why is
like
he having this huge party and he's just back there like weighing some random bags of weed by himself?
Yeah.
He has this huge party. Nothing about this made sense to me.
No. And then he's like, this fucking full-blown werewolf is sitting on top of me, even though she's still looking kind of fine right now. I'm going to go with it. And she like gets pretty far and he's like, we shouldn't, Ginger,
Right.
stop, Ginger. And like, she kisses him and like hands start going places. And then he finally kicks her ass off. And he's like, get the fuck off me, you wolf, you lycanthrope.
You fucking lycanthrope bitch. I don't like lycanthropes.
Yeah, the one thing, like, okay, so there's 2 things I don't like, all right? Blondes and lycanthropes. That was a bad joke, I'm sorry. But
they do the blood hand thing. What's that mean?
she cuts, I think B busts in and she, like, cuts her hand and she's like, I'm willing to go with you, Ginge.
Oh, yeah, they do, like, the fucking...
Yeah, and it's like, make
like
me...
the blood sister thing, or blood brothers.
Yeah, make me a wolf like you. And then, so then that all happens. And then my thing I wrote down is, why don't they just, like, Ginger won't listen. This movie would be fixed. All you have to do is stay calm, and B has to be like, I know you're pissed, but, like, hold the fuck on. We literally have magic juice over there. That'll fix you. You got to give me 5 minutes. But that never happens. They're just like, nope, Ginger's
But Ginger doesn't want to go back to being a nobody.
Is that what it is?
Yes, we do explain that, at least.
Okay.
We have that going for us.
They knock Ginger out. And they're able to put her in the van. Why are they putting her in the van though? Oh,
so he hits her in the head with the shovel, and she's like, Sam, the flowers worked. The cousin of Wolfsbane worked.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I don't have any with me, so we're gonna have to get in the van.
That's why, because all the shit's at their house, right?
Yeah, we got to go back to the house. Yep.
Yeah. So they get Ginger in the back of the van, and they're going, and then Ginger fucking wakes up. They pull in, and the doors are open. They don't hear her get out somehow.
And she morphs quickly here, like like the transition is suddenly from like kind of weird looking to like full on like, oh no, she's a wolf now.
Mm. Oh, and we find out
where like 40 minutes.
Yeah, we find out where their budget went in this movie very quickly here too.
Yeah,
which I will say, I kind of have been kind of negative on this movie, but the fucking when she makes full transformation into wolf, some of it looks kind of bad, but I liked the look of the wolf.
Yeah,
it wasn't a normal look. It looked kind of like fucked up, like a weird drawing of a wolf, and that's what I appreciated. So Ginger gets fucking loose, and then they're like, oh, well, like we're just gonna hide in this closet and make more fucking wolf juice. Don't worry about it. They don't have time to do it.
At least we know what we're doing with this stuff.
Yeah, she's like, well, just get in the closet. It'll be fine. Just here, I got a lighter right here. Like,
you know that cousin of Wolfsbane?
Yeah.
It's an injectable. It works. Let's make more.
So they fucking hide. They hide in this closet while this fucking thing is going like a murder rampage. And but hold on. Oh yeah, so then he's just like, I'm gonna go outside.
Yeah, Sam's like, I don't like being in here with you.
Yeah.
You're not very attractive.
I'm gonna lure her out. When I lure her out, that's when you get the bitch. And this made me laugh too, because he has this plan. He's like, are you ready? And he fucking opens the door, and within 2 seconds, fucking he just
dead.
gets fucked. Like
he gets obliterated. He gets Terry Tated.
Yeah,
like,
you have this little glimmer of hope of like they're gonna do it, and then it's all taken away from you very quickly because he just gets fucked, and you hear these noises, and then there's this like oozing puddle of blood comes under the door, and B's like, "Well, that's not very good for me now, is it?"
Well, I done did it.
And as far as I know, though, at this point, she does have the injectable, right?
I thought he had the injectable.
Does he have the injectable?
He drops it, and then she finds it.
That's right.
Wrong.
He drops it like through the stairs.
No, she drops it later.
So he drops it. She has to go
she
get it.
Gets it, and then she drops it when she's going down the stairs. I think I could be wrong.
And I think this is when we
I said, this whole scene went on for too long. Like from the whole when they get to Sam's and the three of them are in there to the end of the movie, it takes a long time.
Did we talk about this? She did make the blood pact, and isn't B at this point slowly turning into a werewolf?
I was kind of confused about that.
Okay, because she starts to like act weird, like she has the needle, but she just can't make it like down the stairs, and like that's when she like I feel like that's why she drops it, is because she just like she's all fucked up.
Yeah,
she's like, I might have had me too many Shirley Temples, and just like
okay, I do have here. Syringe is just sitting there. Bridget grabs it. Ginger is a wolf now. Sam is laying there bloody but alive.
Yeah,
and
he's
Bridget
fucked up.
Starts lapping up the blood. So she starts like acting like she's eating it. But then she doesn't like it apparently. So it's confusing. Like, because I thought, she's turning into a wolf, so she's starting to taste the blood because she wants to. But then she's obviously doing it just to fit in with Ginger, so that Ginger thinks that she is indeed turning into a werewolf.
Oh yeah,
so I never understood if she is or is not turning into a werewolf.
Okay, yeah, because she does the weird hand thing where she starts licking the blood, and like I think you start to think of like, okay, they're just gonna, this movie's gonna end and they're gonna be together, like they're gonna be werewolves together, like this isn't gonna change anything. And then fucking Ginger kills fucking Van Dude. Because I think B lets her know she doesn't want to be a werewolf.
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it. And so Ginger comes after her.
Okay. Ginger, or the wolf, I guess at this point, it's full blown fucking werewolf.
Yeah.
And the wolf attacks B, and you're like, oh shit! But then you realize very quickly the knife right into the stomach.
Yeah.
That's not good for Ginger. She's like, or whatever you'd say as a werewolf, I guess.
Yeah, why'd you go and do that?
Yeah, that wasn't very nice, now was it? Because I feel like that you have to bark every once in a while, right?
That hooked.
Ow.
Actually, this was a good final scene.
Yeah, because now we...
Because then it pans over and you see that in her other hand was the syringe that she thought she was getting Ginger with. So she got her with just the wrong thing.
But this also lets you know that like she's now able, if she is turning into a wolf, she's now able to use it on herself.
Yes.
I would think. Like that's what I assumed. I don't think that it's ever shown.
Well, they could just cook up more. It seems to be very easy.
Yeah, so I mean, she could actually save Ginger here, but like, so it kind of does that thing of like, there's that moment of like, you don't know what's going to happen yet. We start to see, if there's fades of like photos and all the death pictures and memories of them growing up, and you realize that like at one point they were sisters that loved each other, right? And then she has to decide who she's going to use the wolf juice on, even though you just made the very clear point of, it just seems as though you can just cook it up if you want to.
Right.
And the movie ends with just like them hugging, right? There's nothing after that. Like they just kind of they just hug, and you don't know what path they went down of like, are they both werewolves now? Is one dead? Did they fix each other? Is it just B? Like you don't know.
That's not really clear. I think the Ginger's dead.
Yeah, I would assume that she just let.
But
Ginger
then there
go.
are sequels, so.
Well, I can't wait to dive into that one. Are the same girls in it?
Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
think.
Overall,
I think I watched the second one and it was pretty much unwatchable.
Okay. I mean, overall, it's.
I enjoy this movie.
I know you do. I can't say that I really disliked it, but I don't think I'll watch it again.
Fair enough.
I guess, yeah. It's not a buy for me.
I get it. And when I watched this the first time, I was fresh out of high school. So watching it the second time, it was a little bit like that. You're right. The immaturity of it and the girls, and it's to identify with them has become way harder.
Yeah.
And so that probably wasn't as good. But I liked it. Brandy actually watched it with me, and she liked it for a second time. So, but she had seen it before.
She had or had not?
She had.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, yeah. Actually, can you just start watching movies with Brandy, and then at the end we'll just be like, Brandy approved? Or like the whole episode, even though it's you and I talking, it all comes down to whether or not Brandy approved it or not.
No, we can't do that because it's just, she'll like ginger snaps and then be like, she won't like something that's like awesome.
Yeah. No, I get it.
And ginger snaps is good, but it's not. You know, like if she watched the Funhouse, she'd probably be like, meh.
Yeah. It just took too long. And why'd that guy have a Frankenstein mask on? Which is one of the reasons why I fucking love that movie. I think the first time I watched it. But we can do a whole nother Funhouse episode some other time. So overall, Ginger Snaps, we got a thumbs up and a thumbs down here. So, I mean, fucking give it a try.
Remember we used to do like an actual like out of 10 rating? Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
That did last minute.
Holy shit.
What would you give this? Remember we get on like overall 10 and then a watchability score? Like it was convoluted.
This I'll give it a 4.
I mean, I wouldn't go a whole lot more than that.
I mean, 3 seems harsh, but like I'm not going above a 4.
I'd probably go like a 6.
Yeah,
for a teen girl, like because it can be tough to have everything from a girl's point of view coming from a guy and watching a guy. You know what I mean?
This movie could be different to other people. You're right.
Yeah, totally.
So, and I guess we have to say that just because you have your period doesn't automatically make you British or Australian or Southern.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I guess that's it for this episode, unless you got something.
No, that's it.
All right, Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps.
Go
watch a movie.
Why would you say the name of the movie? I've run out of things to say. Fucking go watch a movie.
Grant and Brad's Ghastly Gal.
This is